Something special about the way our lives are intertwined. There's something about you that just leaves me mystified. Something pulling me to your heart, and I always want you by my side. Keep your body next to mine. New people, new places, we're the same. A moment frozen in time. Wish I could relive the day I met you and fall in love a second time. I could run, but I know I can't escape the feeling if I'm far away from you for too long. 'Cause there's something about our love that brings me peace of mind. Something special about the way our lives are intertwined. There's something about you that just leaves me mystified. Something pulling me to your heart, and I always want you by my side. Keep your body next to mine.
Good time zones, everybody, and welcome to Not Monday, which is always fantastic because it's not Monday. Welcome in. I hope that everyone is doing well. I see we have a Frelke and a Blast and a Raven and a Glam Pixie and a Shadow and a True Purple and a Sci-Fi who's going, hey, we seem to have somebody live. And yes, Raven has pointed out the exact reason for why we're on this screen. Hey, Hunter. Less desire to throw a computer out a window. Woohoo! Also halfway through the working week. I'm looking at you and judging you. Yes. There's something not right with the Forge. Or more to the point, there appears to be a show-off deciding to spin around in the Forge repeatedly. Oh... I think we have... Wait, I don't even know how he's gotten down there. Ooh, 14 of 64 JEI. Nice. You. How? How did you... excuse me. You're going to... Really? You've picked the one section of this place that I can't get you out of. You. What am I going to do with you? Apparently not ride you out of here. There we are. You've made a classic error. You've let me get on your back and get you out of... Hold on. There. And Hunter has reached a 95 stream streak. Hunter, put some clothes on. Clearly there is something wrong with this area. It's not operating as a horse hole. But there is something decidedly not right with the containment wards are breached. There's a fault in the containment system. Somebody find Venkman. Right. You troublemaker, you. Actually, I suspect Egon would be better, but I don't think we can... yes. Let's see. Right, let's just shrink this a bit, because I have a feeling that the rotten little oik is sneaking out through some of these... Oh, that's just not going to work, is it? Well done, Scott. I need to put a piece of moss here. Conveniently, I've just found a piece of moss. Actually, I've found 3. Oh well. Not sure I meant to turn that into cobble, but oh well. Mutter dick dastardly grr. Random horse. Excuse me for a second. Why are you so good at horsing around? I mean, really. Stop doing it. Okay. I'm going to put you here, and you're going to show me up by escaping again. Aren't you? Yes. Say yes, Scott. Yes, Scott. Of course. Right. And when you show me up and escape this time, would you mind showing me how you're doing it? Dear. Berating a horse for showing me up. Actually, it's less I'm berating and more... You think you might see it? Is the problem me? Because I'm fairly sure that's what the problem is. Because I thought it was that... I thought it was that they were going straight over these somehow. Or going over one of these fence posts. They can't go through it between these gaps. Horses are too wide for this. And I'm fairly sure they can't go across a corner like this because we've got that in other areas. So I'm not quite sure where you're sneaking out. Because if you look at the box of a horse, it's slightly wider than a whole block, which means that slightly smaller than a block is not going to be a gap. Sneaky little blighter. Oh, you thought it was the corner. Due to the blast, those are not temperatures. Those are those are danger warnings. Guess how the trip to the cafeteria went. Did you overheat? I love how I'm being shown up by a horse. It's just hilarious what you can do. Right, I'm gonna leave a cam account watching you, just for a while, simply because it's hilarious to watch you escape. But hey, but within the 1 kilometre... Oh, wow. Yes, I'm not surprised. A full kilometre would do you that? Excuse me while I take those words, reshuffle them, join them together in a different order, and then throw them out completely by completely butchering that sentence. Yes. Words are hard, and so be it. Well, one of you had to get there first. Let's see. I am pondering 3 different build options. The first is the strike while the evil is warm. Start on the villager sacrificial chamber. The second is up here. The second is repairing and replacing a pillager outpost, which should be fun because it was guaranteed that I will spend most of the rebuild being shot at. You can guarantee that that's going to be silly. So we've got silly. Let's see. Option 2 is over here. Yes. Come on. Here we are. Yes. Due to an accident involved... Wait a minute. Ah, yes. Due to an accident involving fire tick after the server upgrade, this place is a little bit less than solid. And thus in need of replacement. So that's option 2. Hello, Bo. Welcome in. And option 3 is to take this huge area of non-loading world. Excuse me, would you load? Hello, Cal. Welcome in. Option 3 is to take this landscape area and turn it into a Ravager recruitment pit. I have not decided which of the 3 to go for. I know that if I ask you lot, somebody will answer 4. Or, depending on who's in here, yellow. So, I'm not entirely convinced that actually asking that question of you lot is probably a sensible plan. So, let's have a quick look. I have... Okay. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 fingers. I have a device that will pick... Probably. Come on. Oh, do you not like the fact that I've got... Yeah, interesting. Right, go away. It's always useful when your device for picking automatically suddenly has broken. Really? Okay. Random number generator number 1 has apparently decided that it doesn't want to be dealt with. Oh dear. Google says 3. Random landscape it is then. Yes, that arrived about 12 seconds after you left yesterday, Kel. Right. Okay, so since Google has gone with option 3, I guess we're building a Ravager recruitment pit. That's going to be interesting. I mean, we needed one. We knew it was going to be silly. It is very much take your worst option. So, let's grab some materials, start sorting out the landscape, because there's some sucking great big holes in the world, and start figuring out how we're going to do this. And preferably not bounce off of a tree. I almost made it over that house. I almost made it over that house. The fact that you agree with... Alright. Right, what do we got? I got those two. I think I've got an empty shulker here. Yes, that's useful. Let's fill it with dirt. I got a shulker of dirt. I got a shulker of dirt, and you'll never guess what's in it. Would it possibly be a shulker of dirt? Oh, and we have a hoot hoot. Everybody who's playing the Pokemon, do remember to catch them. If only for the comedy of catching a hoot hoot, because it's a bit of a hoot to catch. Now remember, this is not... Why is there a furnace in the floor? At what point did I put a furnace in the floor? No, seriously, at what point did I put a... When? Oh well. It's a hootenanny! No. Jules Holland is not involved in this conversation. Okay. So we've got tough, we've got stone. We've got no clue what's going on. Let's bring the lighting materials, and let's bring the stone materials, and let's bring the dark materials. And we'll come back for the rest later. Decent novel series? What? How else would one... Yes, his dark materials. Aha, yes. And the only person who caught that after all that was Frauke. Well done, Frauke. At least one of us is catching something. Really... Minecraft, would you mind actually paying attention to the world loading today? The nice thing is, Atlas seems to have decided that our adjustments to the landscape are actually going to work. Which is good, because I need to borrow the cam account so that I can actually work out what I'm doing. So, the biggest issue here is, well, this lot. There are some massive holes in the world. The second biggest problem is going to be this lot, who are going to make themselves very, very well known. Also, how big is this hole? Ah, yes. I appear to have found the Hollow Mountain. Sir, I told you to stay in the Hollow Mountain where it's safe. Holy heck! The interesting thing is, it stretches all the way out to... Good grief! There's like 90% of the landscape is hollow. I should jump down there. Hunter? No. I'm curious where this one goes, because I have a sneaking suspicion this wasn't connected. Oh look! It's even larger! Oh god. Isn't it just? It's so large that Minecraft can't even be bothered to render in the roof. Ooh. That's a interestingly placed geode. Etho would hate how I've covered over those creeper holes. I haven't even covered anything yet. None of this is creeper hole. That's a nicely open air. Whoa. I found lava to go with your lava. It's a lovely day in the neighborhood. In the neighborhood. In the neighborhood. It's a lovely day in the neighborhood. Holy heck, is this a hole? Right. I can't think why they abandoned that mineshaft. I really can't think why they've abandoned this mineshaft. It couldn't have anything to do with the fact that basically the only thing keeping it alive is luck. How much of this is there? Oh lord, this... And if you follow this mineshaft, it goes all the way out over here. To yet another... Oh wow. 2 open air. Good grief. Yeah. That definitely appears to be like 90% of the world is cave. I've heard the phrase all the world's a stage and all of us are but players. In this one, it's all the world's a cave and we are but cavers. No. No. And Alistair is not involved in this. If Alistair was involved in this today, I would have chosen option 1 for the construction task for the day. I'm fairly sure that we would not be fixing things. Right. Oh boy. Let's have a look at this. And I mean, look at it. It gets worse over here as well. And at some point I need to connect these 2 sections of river together. So there's got to be... Right, okay. Hey. Where do I start? Well, you start at the very beginning, because it's a very fine place to be. And then you wonder why you're starting all over again. Let's do a little bit of plotting. First things first, let's put that down. Second things second, let's put that down. That's my dirt, that's useful. I'm thinking river is at least going to need to be identified where the heck it's going. Because if I don't, then I will end up having to shift something later, knowing me. Right, so let's see. Because if I don't work out where the river will go, then you can guarantee that come later when I need to actually put the river in, I'll have placed something quite important where the river is. You know, like the Ravager farm. Are you plotting what I'm plotting, Pinky? I am not plotting anything, Pinky. We do not have any brains. Am I getting this even remotely in the right direction? I have but 1 brain cell to give, yes. I regret, but I have only 1 brain cell to give to this world. And it's currently on loan, so even I don't have that. Not sure who it's on loan to, If you or anyone else happens to know where the brain cell is, please dial 1-800-HELP. Loan a brain cell to a poor defenceless Scotsman. For just one off by 1 error per day, you could help a poor defenceless Scotsman without a single brain cell to his name be able to figure out just what he's supposed to actually be doing. Remember, it just takes one off by 1 error for you to actually help out. Have you seen this pub crawl after Monday? Sorry. Wow, I just read 2 different statements and conflated them. And the worst thing is they actually made sense. Conflated. Oh dear. Whoa! Really? Really? I'm forever falling into holes that Minecraft put there. It doesn't like me under the sea. Wait, what? Under the sea? Under the sea. Under the sea. That's where we wander. Why wonder? Scotsman's brain might be up in the shore. He wonders why he's fallen through the sky, this hole in the sky. I'm forever losing my marbles, wondering what to do. Let's fill that in for a minute. It's nice to know that the typos are catching. We're not quite sure why they're catching Kel, but hey. They probably couldn't find Nemo. Finding Nemo! Found him! No, Right, so if we're doing a river... And where did you find Nemo? Well, he was in this fish and chip shop. No. I'll get in trouble for a statement like that. Oops. No, I did take that pill. Thank you. Yes. At least I didn't turn around and say he was delicious. I found Nemo. He was delicious. And now I have. Well, time for a fun drink. Have a nice drink, Hunter. Right. I'm only going to plot this out. I'm not actually going to force you to watch me dig a river. Because, well, we have so many other things to plot out. Don't know about Nemo, but Danby definitely was. Ah. Wow. And that one was 269. That actually sounds appropriate. Oh dear. I'm wondering if I should have had caffeine. I'm not sure whether it would have been a good idea, but it might have been funnier. Apparently I'm running low on caffeine today. So let's see. If we're going to put a river here, we've at least plotted out where the river's going to go. So now we know where not to dig or place other things. Yes, I did. That was the comment about, yes, I did take that one. Somewhere over here is my bed. Because my phone decided to ping me to go, did you take your pill? Have you taken your pills yet? At which point the response was, yes, thank you, go away. Either take them or up the dosage. That just makes me think of the film Real Genius again, where it's, I've been giving myself electroshock therapy. It's working. I can tell. Up the voltage. And we have a Raichu in PCG. There was a train of thought. It was quite fun. It did go choo-choo and ran off in the sun. Oh, that was a very teasing sneeze. That was just not fair. I thought I was going to sneeze. I managed to just get to the mute button, and then nothing. It just was like, oh, you managed to mute. No, no sneeze. Fine. It's like, what? I'd escaped and found you instead, Kel. I did wonder where it went. So now we're sharing brain cells and sneezes. That's an interesting combination. Quite how that works is anyone's guess. Ooh, I caught something. And it wasn't a cold. Sorry, Kel. Apparently it's non-refundable. Not quite sure why non-refundable, but hey, we'll work that one out later. Okay, so let's see. We've got landscape for river, which is, it's not exactly the most logical shape for a river, but it doesn't help that there's yet another socking great big cavern underneath it. This whole area is riddled, I tell you, with caves and cliffs. Except they kind of forgot that the cliffs are actually supposed to be above ground and not underground in the caves. Riddle you this. Yes, Mr. Enigma. I'm going to ignore the random egg. I'm going to assume it's an egg of insurrection. Might be an egg of malcontent, but hey. Okay. I think our next problem is this lot. Yep, this feels like a problem. This definitely feels like a problem. I'm not sure I like these problems. I know I brought some torches over here. Oh. Yes, and they're in my inventory. Nearly an entire stack of them. If you or anyone else is considered streamer blindness. Yeah. Right. Let's see. I'm not going to bother filling all of this in. I'm just going to light it up. Okay, that's lit up. Alright. This area will probably be filled in, but for the moment I'm just going to start putting down some torches. Don't want to know where that water's going. Minecraft. You do realise that you're not supposed to have more cave with your cave. Hey. Who designed this landscape? It's like an Escher diagram. Landscaping by Escher, available now. Complete with murder gravel. Oh yeah, that's murder gravel. Sure, blame the Dutch guy. Okay, I will. I'd blame anyone else, but I don't think it would work. Alright. Let's make this a layer thicker. Okay, I'm gonna make this thicker. Really? Really? I don't remember rain being a request. It's like the world heard that I was trying to create a river and decided to help me by adding the water. Minecraft, you know that rain doesn't actually operate that way. It doesn't generate rivers in this game. So, why? Why are you trying to help me with this? Ah, sorry. You're not. I forgot. Now, I could have filled in these holes completely and made sure that there was absolutely no world gen that was not solid below me. However, without the aid of creative mode and a large amount of tools to just go /fill, I ain't. I just know. We'd be here for the rest of eternity. I mean, look at this lot. And nobody got the 6.5 million years necessary to actually create a solid bit of landscaping. I'm forever making solid landscapes. by filling in the world. It's all a mess. It's over the... yeah. And all of this because I want to build somewhere to harvest Ravagers. I mean, I don't, but I kind of think that if I don't attempt to Ravage the harvests, some of those words were right. If I don't attempt to harvest Ravagers, you lot are going to find that, well, well, you lot probably wouldn't even complain, because I'm sure I would do something equally stupid. I still have plans for the villager breeder sacrifice chamber of doom, and that's just going to be silly. Yada dee 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 dee. So let's make a sensible agreement about this. We'll do probably one day on this, one day on villager breeder, the sacrifice chamber, one day on this, and we'll just alternate between the two until I lose my marbles. I can't remember what option 3 was, so we'll ignore that entirely. Too late, I already lost my marbles? Ah, I knew I'd made a mistake about something. One of these days there needs to be a run of marbles on stream. You know, Frauke, I was actually about to say, do people think that at some point I should just start adding marbles on stream to, like, the start... I know that there is another streamer called Blacklad Wanderer, who might have appeared briefly earlier, yesterday. Something to do with spleens, I think. And what they do is they run a couple of rounds of marbles on stream at the beginning of stream, just to allow people time to wander in. Does that feel like the sort of thing that people might find fun? Or should we just keep doing what we do, which is go straight into the madness? I'll have a think about it. Maybe we'll try it once, see what happens. I mean, I don't want to steal Blacklad's shtick. Not entirely, at least. Otherwise, I'd have to actually steal spleens. And, well, not entirely sure I want to steal spleens. Best way to find a lost marble and lose current marbles. I've just realised I've probably not got any... There's so much landscape that just needs fixing. So if we fix this, what I'm thinking is, I might as well plot while I'm filling in. There's a section of landscape off to the west on the cam account. Currently where there is an inconvenient pond. It's up here somewhere. Where is it? Round about here. Found the hole. Scotsman, go down the hole. I found more hole. Great. I wasn't planning on ending up down here. I did not intend to end up in this pit. Have pity on me. Have pity on me. I was not planning on being in this pit. It's a pittance. It's a pittance. Really? 4 emails in 2 seconds? That's nice of you. Right. What was I saying before I fell down this hole? Oh, yes. This area, a wild berserker has appeared. Meanwhile, the Scotsman gets distracted again and falls back into the cleft. This sort of area, right about here, probably feels like a good place to actually put our capture point for Ravagers, because it's in pretty much the middle of a large open space of landscape, and thus it should be fairly safe for us to have raids spawning in. I mean, we're talking about let's put a marker in. About here. I mean, we'll have to fill that over, and the bigger nasty problem is this one. Yeah, this needs to go. Fortunately, if we just cover it up, the spawning mechanics for raids are they'll spawn on the surface. They don't spawn underground. So we just have to make it so that they can't fall underground. But if we put that... So if I swap over to this account for a second. If we put our Ravager containment zone right about here, that should be a good place for them to actually land. And then we just have to work out how we're going to get them up there. That's a problem for future Scots. That's a somebody else's problem field generator moment. I don't know if it'll be a Ravager railroad or a subterranean Ravager adjustment tunnel or a relocation system. It won't be through the Nether. I'm not going to even attempt to run Ravagers through the Nether. Run Ravager through the Nether. It's gonna be a painful thing to see. I don't know what we're gonna do, but run Ravagers through the Nether. Where's my pit? Where's my collection of shulkers? There it is. Oh goody, we've got that switched on and functional. Excuse me, no. I know I've got a lot of dirt, but I'm going to need it. Right, we're over here. We just have to make it so that any spawning elements of... Yeah, I mean, look at this. Any spawning elements of raid don't accidentally fall in a pit. So basically, if I can run over this landscape and not fall in anything in the middle of a stream, we're fine. Because we all know, I was about to say, we both know, there's clearly you singular and me. But if I run through the landscape and fall in a pit, then there's a pit here. I have a bit more of a jar, more than a jar of dirt. I had a shulker originally. I also happen to have like 7 more chests of it dotted around the area. So I think I'm probably fine for dirt. Which is just as well, really, because filling in this lot's going to take a lot of it. Today on Landscaping Anonymous. Why is it anonymous? Because nobody wants to put their name against this job. Yeah. Yada dee 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 dee. Ba-ba. I love the fact that all of this is just to make sure that nothing can fall out of the world. Out of the world? Fall into a cave. So, conversation about what the actual plan is, because, you know, we might as well fill in the dead air otherwise. I mean, I've got to fill in these holes, so I might as well fill in the air at the same time. What? Ravagers being the rather large items that they are, will fall through holes of a certain size. Unfortunately for me, at the same time as Ravagers, you get a large number of other mobs. Where's my bed? So what we're going to have to do is separate off the rest of them and make it so that they die first and that the Ravagers don't. Which will be an interesting problem. What it'll probably be is we'll put in a pit similar to what we have under the Temple of Yogg-Skrim. And everything will be dropped into it, because, hey, we've got to get them somewhere first. And then we'll have a second pit, which is small enough that everything else falls through it, and the Ravagers get washed straight past it, and into an area that will just, you know, turn into a Ravager holding area. And what we can probably do is get lost trying to find the hole that we were filling in. Because that doesn't sound wrong. Everything goes in a pit. Yes, everything goes in a pit. Then a lot of it falls into another pit. And all of this becomes a pittance. The stuff that falls into the second pit is just murdered. Because, well, if I happen to use soul campfires, we'll at least get some of the drops from it. And the second pit basically filters out everything larger than a Ravager, everything smaller than a Ravager. Everything larger than a Ravager. Yes, those rare super Ravagers that Minecraft has. God, don't give them ideas, Scott. Is there anything larger than a Ravager? It depends on your definition of larger, I guess. I mean, a camel is probably taller than a Ravager. Actually, I think an Enderman is taller than a Ravager. Can lightning charge a Ravager? I hope not. Can you imagine a super fast Ravager? What happens if you charge a Ravager with lightning? I am not in the mood to do some science. The concept of a Ravager that's upset by being shocked with lightning sounds like the sort of thing that is, you know, that's how you ended up with Jurassic Park, numbers 2, 3, and 4. It's like, yes, we've got these really, really dangerous beasts. Let's see how we can make them more dangerous. The only thing more dangerous than Jurassic Park? Whichever numbskull company kept giving them liability insurance. Because you know somebody had to be giving them liability insurance because they were open to the public. At which point, how on earth did anyone decide, oh yes, you know, this dinosaur park, it's a perfectly safe idea this time. The lawyers keep getting eaten. Yeah, that's probably the only... That's why they're out in the tropics and have less laws. I can believe that as well. Excuse me, I know I have more dirt. Gold. How much of this is there to fill in? Don't answer that. Yes. Yep. I feel you're probably right there, Raven. I mean, we're up to, what, 8,000 dirt today already. I think what we'll find here is this is this is balancing the universe against the Ginger stream. Ginger can't place a... due to chaos, randomness, and everything else, Ginger fails to place a block. I'm about to place 4.5 trillion of the dang things. Somebody has to maintain balance in the universe. Unfortunately, it's the unbalanced Scotsman. I mean, if I was a remember, a balanced Scotsman is part of your daily meal. No, what? Ginger's chat distracts her more. I mean, yes, but you lot do try. You're so very, very trying. Sometimes you succeed. I mean, this is why we have a quote library. Quite literally. I love the fact that we now have a physical quote library. Tor, how dare you bring common sense into this conversation? More to the point, how do you know I'm not? I'm just placing them so fast that it looks like I'm placing them slowly. Secretly, in another area of the world, I'm actually filling in everything. I warned you, this is maths. I wasn't going to accuse you of bringing maths into this conversation. That's a dangerous thing to bring into any conversation. Maths? Illegal! Exactly. It's Tor we're talking about. Yeah, true. Tor does live and die on maths. I have seen the spreadsheets for Satisfactory. Speaking of Satisfactory, who's getting seriously worried about 1.0 existing soon? We have a release date for that, don't we? How much of Tor's sanity will disappear into 1.0? And if not the sanity, how much time? May have already set up a world to get going in. Aha! I need a squirrel with an abacus. I mean, if you're going to if you're going to get a squirrel with an up-to-date calculator, yes, an abacus feels entirely accurate. Meanwhile, Raven is having fun finding the quotes that are relevant to what I'm doing right now. Ooh, Leah. Oh, no, I've missed a bit. Where are we? Over here. I found more hole. Satisfactory land. Hello, Landstrad. Welcome in. I also find it very worrying that I uttered the quote just as it turned up on stream. From Raven picking it. September 10th. Oh. Hail, hydrate! Oh, and do we have a Pokemon to catch? Because I don't think I noticed. Hail, hydrate. And now for something resembling a Scotsman attempting to stretch. Seriously thinking of getting a new Satisfactory server set up come 1.0. Ooh, that would be dangerous. I mean, granted, I still have to finish The Labyrinth. Not the film. The game on Infinity Cove. Woohoo! Ow. Am I not dressed? Bed is too far away. Well, bring it closer then. The hills are alive with the sounds of chicken. Yep. What the cluck? Let's see. What do we want to make this Factorio in October? It is a good year for factories. Ooh. It's been a very long time since I played Factorio. Ooh. I found another cave. Why is there more cave? I didn't ask for this. Oh lord, this one... Oh lord, it'd be a deep one. It goes deeper. It goes deeper. Yeah, I'm not lighting up all of this. Oh lord, won't you marry me? A much smaller cave. I don't need them in this world. Nope. That's one of the giant murder pits. I'm not going down there. You can't make me. This is after the caves and caves and caves and caves and caves and caves and caves. Yes, something like that, or... Yep. Yes, train of thought. I had one. I don't really want to make this a temple. I think doing another temple would so close to the other one would look a little bit unusual in this landscape. Because I suspect it really would. Really? I didn't ask for rain. Also, since this is actually going to be for recruiting rather than murdering, stared well. That's another option. I was going to say, how about a large, how about a farm? Make it look like an actual farm, and have it so that the building with the pit in it that everybody runs into is like a giant barn, with the villager house in the roof of the barn out of the way, so that the mobs aim for it. And then we just have it so that we put a couple of buildings around for things to go past, and, you know, that might actually not look too bad. Plus, if we make it look like a farm, it could be a farm that's supplying the castle. Now, I'll have to be careful because, of course, all the Ravagers will basically murder, destroy, and ruin anything by way of landscaping. But I'm sure we can put in something that they won't totally destroy. You know, tall trees, that sort of thing. And if we do it as a semi-open-sided barn, then it's going to keep the actually, do they? I don't think they need line of sight, because they hone in on well, they need line of sight to get really close, but they hone in on the point of interest. Which is the job block, and the bed, and the villager. Now I have to be careful, because I'm thinking, I was about to say, I could put in a house and I can have a bed in it, but that would probably not be the most sane or sensible of things, and I'm out of dirt. Villager in a cage hanging over the pit. Not necessarily something... I think we'll have to landscape it a bit to look a bit nicer than a cage. I mean, we have over here... We have Nick Furious, who is currently in a cage over a pit. But this is a murder pit. This is a temple where we're trying to sacrifice Nick Furious. Is it Nicholas Furious or Nick Furious? Sir, hi. I can't remember your name. Yeah, apparently you're not going to tell me either. Nick. Okay. But if we, over here, have effectively a sort of enclosed area over the top of the pit. Is that all the dirt I have up here? Look, you two shush. There's at least 3 more blocks of dirt. Look, just because I'm building a pit to catch all of your friends in and burn them, and then steal their Ravagers so that I can actually use them for other tasks, doesn't mean that you get to be upset. Okay? That sounded weirder than I was expecting. This is why I'm not allowed to actually engage the filter between brain and mouth. Because I'm fairly sure if I did, I would probably not say 90% of the things that are just absolutely silly. Also, what's in this one? Oh, it's the cobble. Right. I did ponder just riding Atlas all the way over there, but Atlas is currently load testing my horse hole and making sure that he can't Houdini out of it again. Because, of course, Atlas. Houdini horse that he is. Excuse me. Hi, landscape. Thank you. Excellent. Right. Dirt. No dirt. But yeah, more than anything, I think if I put in another temple in that sort of Yagskrim, irony, etc. style, with one right next door, I don't think we could come up with a decent lore for it. And that's with all caps on the LORE, because, hey, you've got to have lore. I mean, why would anyone build two temples right next to each other? Unless they were actually connected. I can't think of a good reason for them to be connected. Imagine a name being a verb almost 100 years after you die. Wait, there was somebody called Law? I mean, the only lore I know was Data's brother in Star Trek. And I don't think that's kind of the appropriate one. I'm sure there's probably one in history. I just don't know it. Right. Houdini. Oh! Well, yes. Good point. Sorry, I didn't realize you were referring to Houdini. Yes, well, I mean, it seems accurate given the way that Atlas does keep escaping from things. If you're going to pull a Houdini, you might as well. Right, that's better. That looks a little bit less dodgy as landscaping. Except maybe for the fact that it's a little bit just no over here. So let's fill in this a bit. I did not want to place those there. I'm going to do this. Like so. Like that. At which point I'm going to need to fill in all of this. Hi, thank you. But yeah, I think I kind of like the idea of having a farm with a large barn, and yes, it is. Because if we put in fields and things that look sort of appropriate around it, it actually kind of gives a reason for this landscape, and then it also gives a reason for having a pair of pillager outposts off in the distance, because they could be protecting the farming area. they're there to sort of, you know, give advance warning to the people living in the farms to go, yeah, dudes, you need to not be here. You need to be back in the castle, in the ward. Oh, that was job number 2. Fix the bust-up pillager outpost. That might end up now being rolled into job number 3 of building the Ravager recruitment zone, as I suspect Scope Creep has just managed to turn this entire landscape job into a massive undertaking that will extend all the way out to those pillager outposts. Well, that didn't take long for Scope Creep to make my life difficult, did it? Yep. You're right there, Raven. Ooh, hey up. We have a Quagsire. I apparently have one, so let's try with a Great Ball. It is a important one for catching for the challenge, so if nothing else, it's worth attempting it. Wait, Master Balls? I don't even remember Master Balls being available. When did that get added? Who knows? Master Balls are gotten from events only. Oh, yeah. I think I might have had that query in the past, and you might have told me in the past, and I might have forgotten again in the interim. Go figure. You have right. Let's see. If I were building a farm and a load of farmland, usually reward for 100 event catches in a week. Yeah, that's not happening. I don't remember to play for long enough. Woohoo! I think almost everyone who tried it caught it there. No, this one. Right, let's start thinking in buildings. That's a dangerous suggestion, Scots. Why are you thinking in buildings? Well, I've heard of thinking outside the box. I'm going to think inside the box now. What? Let's see. This... Where's the... Let's get a top-down view. Hell yeah. That's actually relatively central, which is quite useful. So if we were to put something roughly where that pillar is as being our capture point, how big is the hole underneath it going to be? Because you can guarantee there's going to be a cave under here. One of those giant caves is bound to be about 3 feet below the surface. Not quite. I've found more cave, though. Ah, zombie babies. Zombie babies, they're going to kill you. What the heck is that thing? Oh, it's a bat that's asleep. I thought that was a sort of gremlin or a goblin, and I'm like, I don't remember adding any mod packs that created gremlins. I mean, look at that. Looking at it through the wall, it looks like a gremlin. Hello, Matt. Okay. Being more sensible. There's not too bad. There's one cave, and we've got plenty of space down. Wow. So close to the surface? I mean, you're not... What height are we at? That's 27. That's not deep. That's why you don't like the bat redesign. I thought it was cute. Okay, so there's not a huge amount of cave that's going to cause me to feel horror stories immediately below here. So, let's see. If I were... chicken. I shall cut your heart out with a spoon! A spoon, I tell you! I wasn't even attempting to kill the chicken. That dog is... Exactly! Okay. There's a reason why this is 2x2. And actually, there's a reason why it's a 4x4. Hello, Fulmers. What is this stream? This stream is 1001 ways to murder a chicken with a fire extinguisher. What? That's a new one. Okay, let's see. 4, 1, 2, so 6, 8, 10. 3 on either side. 1, 2, 3. So we're looking at about here. At which point we probably want to level this. Progressively? There's no progression here. Yada da da. Please wait, Scotsman's brain cell is rebooting. No. We've already established the brain cell has unfortunately suffered a major reality shift. It's currently not sure where reality is and has gone missing. Really? Error 404 brain. No. I think I'll find it's actually error 418. I'm a teapot. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. This is where the brain cell fell out. Let's see. What was I doing? Oh, yes. Trying to define a barn. Because, yes, it makes perfect sense to try and recruit Ravagers into a barn. No, I'm not dying yet. Give me at least 20 minutes. Or at least to the point where I have to start building closer to at least one of the pillager outposts. Then I'll probably be dying quite a lot. Oh god, I'm not looking forward to trying to build near to the Ravager outposts? Pillager outposts. Words. Friends. Not involving. I don't play Words with Friends on this stream. You are from laughing. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Let's go for here for this end wall. Because then we've got 3, 3. Hey, this might actually have. Yeah, let's go with that. You keep forgetting about the teapot error. As a geek, I am absolutely explicitly forbidden for forgetting. Ahem. Also, this isn't 4x4. This is 4x5. many off by one errors have I got in this error? There's at least 3 off by one errors here. Oh, snag. Right. At which point, I'm going to change my mind on a great many things. Yes, we thank you for your for your involvement, and terribly sorry. Goodbye. You have fallen foul of the bot. The bot goes bonk. If you or anybody else has not liked the bot going bonk, then you should not have upset it. Okay, so I'm going to go 4242 because why not? 1, 2, 3. Wait, hold on. 2. Really, that was in the right place. Yes, there we are. 4242. For no particular reason other than the fact that I'm sure I can do something fun with that layout. Actually, that's 24242, but I'll get those danged off by one errors if it's the last thing I do. I'll get you and your little chicken of doom too. Wait, what? Chicken of doom? I'm not crazy. And remember, this is me without caffeine.
Fear the caffeine.
Oh, thank you for the report, Raven. I hit the ban button, but the reports are always useful. Speaking of bans and reports and so forth, I have noticed that the Discord has had a few people come in and join in the last couple of days who've been flagged on joining as possibly being bots. What I will say is, if anybody has situations where one of these people joins the Discord and suddenly starts reaching out to them and messaging them without any prior contact, permission, etc., do let me know, and they will be banned so fast that their feet won't touch the floor. Although, I'm not even entirely sure that bots have feet. Wheels? I don't know. Now I'm being ableist. They will be yeeted, yes. This public service announcement brought to you by the fact that I do want this to actually be a reasonably nice community. Even if you do have a habit of picking on me. But that's because you're gremlins and that's your job. There's a difference between picking on me and not being nice. Okay, so barn. I think we have a barn, or at least the location of a barn. Even Minecraft is picking on me. Yes, with many off by one errors and large caves. I keep finding caves everywhere. Everywhere I build, there's a cave. Except for the areas where it would be really useful to have a cave. Could you imagine if the upper sections of the Frozen Archive had actually been a nearly hollow mountain? Exactly, mad. Exactly. And thank you for the 2 follows that have just arrived. Hopefully, those aren't about to be bots. All these bots with unsolicited DMs will be loaded into a high-velocity slingshot. Landmine Lord, welcome in, and fired towards the sun, aka burned so fast they get... Exactly, Cal. Exactly. Okay, so... this is going to be our Ravager recruitment pit. Because everybody needs a Ravager recruitment pit. I mean, how else are you supposed to recruit your Ravagers? If you or anyone else knows the answer to this, how else are you supposed to recruit your Ravagers? Answers on a postcard to somewhere else. Ooh. Hold on. Hey, Exopol. Welcome in. I think I've just remembered something. I have goofed. Well, maybe I haven't. How wide is the gap? So this is a 2x2, which is exactly what we're aiming for. So that's a 4, and then there's 3 either end. Okay, that works. That works. Doing all right here. Trying to work out how to build a... You know, you saw Fwip do it a more difficult way. If anyone attempts something more difficult than me, I'm going to be surprised. I've just realised, however, that this should be the middle of a... ooh, actually. 1, 2, 3. Did I actually get this roughly the right size for being able to build the same sort of pit as we've got over here inside of the barn? So that's 4, and it's 3 either side of the pit. Hey, what do you know? That might actually be the right size. Oh. Wait a minute. We've got a problem here. We have an anti-off by 1 error. We can't have that. The universe is wrong. We have something that isn't an off by 1 error. Oh, upset stomach. Not so good. Right. Now I need to dig the pit out by, excuse me, by 3 in each direction. I love the fact that I'm taking a raid farm and building another raid farm near to my raid farm because I heard that you like raid farms to go with your raid farms. Hold on. No, that's 4. I mean, I could have attempted a dual-purpose raid farm, but hey, where's the fun in that? It's going to make my barn look a little bit weird, though. And my inventory's full. Hey, that makes a change. Right, let's get down here. Ooh. That's even more funny. I actually don't need all of this dirt. Well, I guess I better go and fill in some of the hole behind the hill. Right, up here, over here, over here. There's a hole in the world over here. Yep, here it is. Yeah. You know what? I am not even going to attempt to... I'm not even sure I want to try and light that up. I just need to make sure that this is not open to the overworld, open to the surface or daylight, so that when we do spawn a raid, it spawns above it, so that I don't have to worry about it. Okay, Mad. Hold on. What am I filling in here? Oh, yeah. How much am I filling in? If we bring that to here, then that brings in this section. Why do I have a feeling this is another hole? Oh, no, it's not. It's just a pit. What's the difference between a pit and a hole? Well, I haven't decided yet. Hello, Kibo. No, this isn't a creeper hole. This is not a divot. I'm not filling in divots. I'm filling in world gen. World gen holes are even bigger than divots. Just to be really fun. What? If you can find me a creeper that can create a hole this big, I will be very, very scared. There's no point in saying it any other way. If you can find a creeper that blows up a hole that big, I'm not going anywhere near it. Yeah, exactly. That would be an atomic creeper. Atomic Creeper. That sounds like a film name. I mean, we had the film Atomic Blonde, but I don't think Atomic Creeper's on the same scale. I'm sure there's a modded creeper for that. Would it be the Draconic Evolution Creeper? Capable of destroying one Scotsman city. You know how there's giant zombies buried in the files? Yes. I'd rather not. A supercharged creeper. What was the name of the thing from, oh. Dang it. What's the name of the film with Jeff Goldblum in it, where they have somebody drive through a mountain with the it was the Overthruster. Jeff Goldblum becomes a cowboy, joins a band. They have a car drive through a mountain. They've got people invading from Dimension X. I know the entire plot of the film, but I don't know the name of it. It's from the 70s as well. Buckaroo Banzai across the 8th dimension. It's not Dimension X. That explains a lot, really. Weird film. Very, very weird film, but it has the overthruster, which is basically like a supercharger that allows them to travel between dimensions. I'm just thinking that's how you get a supercharged creeper. Also, anyone who watched the film is usually baffled as well. It is a weird, weird film. It's from the 70s. That probably explains an awful lot. I'm not quite sure how much they were smoking when they filmed it, but it must have been a lot. I suspect the answer is probably yes. How much were you smoking when you filmed this? Yes. $1984. Hold on. Now we have competing dates being thrown around. Hello, Elkhorn. Welcome in. Welcome to Landscaping Tuesday, where we're attempting to build a large amount of landscape and then drop creepers. No, drop Ravagers through it. No drop creepers. I'm still bemused why we seem to have both 70s and 80s being confused for that one. There was a lot in that in that welcome, Elkhorn. You're going to have to be a little bit less vague than what. No drop creepers. Yes. No, we're going for drop Ravagers. Just to be even worse. Okay, there, man. Either way, it's a weird as heck film. Okay, so we do that, which interestingly also lines up with the shapes of the walls through sheer brute force blind luck. Gotta love sheer brute force blind luck. It's almost the same age as you. We're not gonna... standard rules apply, we do not discuss age. But, oh boy. Okay. Besides, you said almost, so you're still vague enough to actually be okay. You need to drop the creepers for gunpowder for my rockets. Yeah, well, if we honestly, if we build this large enough and we have enough witches coming in, I'll have gunpowder from them as well. Okay, so this is going to be a barn because why not? Also, I've just realised this central section for the waterlogging needs to be too deep. I'm not quite sure why we're going to have a... how I'm going to explain the pool of water in the middle of the barn. And Kibo wasn't listening. But yeah, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to explain the pool, the swimming pool in the middle of the barn. But I'm sure we'll come up with a good explanation for it later. Particularly since I think it needs to be 3 blocks deep to make sure that they can't get out over the water. Yeah. Maybe it's an outdoor swimming pool for the farmers. That makes sense, doesn't it? Farmers got to have a swimming pool, fish pond. That might work. A broken fish pond, because it's not going to be full of water. It's just going to have the bottom. Food type, not the fancy koi. Exactly. I'm kind of half expecting to have a pillager turn up just to make my life interesting. Training ground for injured Ravagers. That actually might be funnier. I can train horses in ponds. Only if they're seahorses. And we have a Caracasata. Ooh, I don't have that one at all. Okay. Fill that in. Okay, so is that how it is on the other one? How deep is the pond over here? Because I'm left thinking I've either got this one too deep or it's just right. No, it is 3 deep over here. So our existing raid farm zone is this size. So that's alright. We've got the right dimensions. Anyone would think I was actually trying to remember how to build a raid farm. Woohoo! Caught it. Well done, Frauke. Not quite sure why I'm trying to... Today on building a raid farm for fun, profit, and capturing Ravagers. Yep. Okay, so barn. I wonder if I can put effectively have this as a walkway over the top of this, because we're going to be filtering, funneling the raid in from both ends, because we'll be putting walls either side of this. And we'll keep our villager in the middle due to just making it. So effectively it will have a walkway across the top here. Something sort of roundabout here-ish. Nice 2-wide walkway. We can make it look interesting. And we can have our villager living space just in the middle of it. I mean, it's going to be where he's permanently held, so that's not too much of a problem. That will force the raid to come in through both sides. And then we just put a row of trapdoors here, and they end up going boing, and then boing, and into the pit they go, and then we dig this down deep enough. Red, welcome in, and thank you for the 7 months of subscription. Goodness, 7 months already. Where is the year going? So we'll dig this down deep enough to be able to get them... I don't want to murder them, dropping them into here, so we'll put water at the bottom. And then... Oh, we're going to have to... Yeah, this is going to be fun. Because I need to get the Ravagers far enough away for them to no longer be part of the raid. Is that 40 blocks I have to get them to go before they are outside of the raid? Because that's probably somewhere under the river. I think I've just found a use for this cave. I think I've just found a use for the cave up here. Oh, that's going to be so disturbing. What if we have it so that... Ravagers drop into the pit. We filter off everything else and murder it so that we can collect everything. The Ravagers themselves are propelled along underground, or captured in a minecart, I don't know which, and we bring them up out through here. And we just basically have effectively this cave being you have an evil squirrel emote on my list for the future. We effectively have this as a wild Ravager den. You know, detail it out. I'm thinking similar to the Ravager pit den, whatever, that was in Decked Out. That quite a few people found and went, oh no! And immediately died in. Because that's well out of the range of being part of the raid for guarantees. It just means a very long tunnel to be dug. And then we can probably find some way of getting them out of there and up to the stables on the top of the hill, and just having a wild Ravager pit cave, effectively wild Ravager colony, would be the lore for why the pillagers are living here, because they've been capturing the wild Ravagers and training them. That is way too much lore for one piece of build, but I love it. Yeah. Oh, we also have to at some point kill anything that's riding a Ravager. But that shouldn't be too hard. We just run them... When we collect them in some way, shape or form, we just run them through a lava blade that doesn't hurt them, just murders everything above them. Minecarts? Minecarts would work. Particularly because the Ravagers wouldn't be able to cross. So we have water bringing the Ravagers to up to a track, and then we have just occasionally can trigger a minecart to be released along the track to capture the Ravager, take it over to the Ravager pen cave, wild Ravager cave. There's a phrase. And that's when we have the lava blade for killing off anything on their back. And if we do it relatively close to here, yeah. Hope they don't crapture. Crap the Ravager. I'm going to be playing craps with Ravagers because basically this is all going to be a massive gamble. I kind of feel like what I should do is build most of the Ravager capture system way before we build any of the landscaping around here. Because if I've got anything wrong, I need to do it before we actually build large, nice fancies. Exciting. Yes, yes, Elcorn. Exciting is one of those key words that basically means, oh God, Scotsman's going to die a lot. Ah! Who put lava down there? Well, at least we're not going to have anything coming out from there. Right, let's start sealing off the top of this. So if we do enough of the landscaping that we can start trying to spawn raids. And this is where the other part of having to sort out the pillager outposts comes into play. Because one of those is going to have to be set up in such a way that we use it to just basically keep murdering raid captains to get ominous bottles. Don't like this. Where's my fire extinguisher? Okay, so we've got a plan, which has now gained so many layers of scope creep that it's getting almost panic-worthy. How did this go from being a nice, simple... I know how this... I know where this went wrong. I just uttered the words nice and simple. That's where the problem is. Yep, there's like 11 layers of scope creep snuck in the last 20 minutes. Oh, bugger. Ominous brothels? Did I say ominous brothels? I don't remember saying ominous brothels. Where did ominous brothels come in? Also, the Red Sheep district is over in Lagville. I said ominous bottles. That's good. It's just my accent that made it sound like brothels, I suspect. Either that, or I'm talking so fast that I'm falling over my own brain. I love the fact that I'm filling in this area and completely ignoring this giant socking great big hole. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to ignore the horrors that are in my future. Certainly any horrors involving large numbers of Ravagers, I'm definitely trying to ignore right now. Of course, the worst possible thing would be if I get any of this wrong and end up stuck in a pit with like 18 Ravagers. Huh. I was about to say, why is this area lit up? I found it. It's the lava from around the corner. Stuck in a pit of Ravagers, stuck in a pit of Ravagers, stuck in a pit of Ravagers. Scotsman's life is short. Am I using Trello for my to-do list? No. My to-do list, it does exist. I actually self-host Nextcloud. And I have the to-do list on there. However, most of the to-do list in this world is living in my head. The last time I had a running to-do list for this section of world was when we were getting towards the end of the caldera, and I was using it for things to finish off. If I started using Trello, they'd probably charge me for just how long the list became. Wait, which section of this was I working on? Oh, this one. Nah. I see you. We do not want a shrubbery. We do not need a shrubbery. There is no need or call for a shrubbery. Look, just because this area is not scar safe doesn't mean you get to play around down here. He was getting far too close for my liking. And we have a toxel for people to try and catch. Watch the flock turn. What's the Scotsman? Watch the Scotsman. No, I shouldn't. I like this song too much not to ruin it. I am definitely going to need more dirt than I currently have at Aldi's. Actually, no, because, yeah, I'm probably going to need more dirt than I have at Aldi's. Fortunately, I know that IKEA has somewhere in the realms of 14 barrels of dirt. So, I don't think we've got too much of a problem for spare dirt. Nice catch for okay. I don't think that these zombies are going to have much luck trying to path out of here. Hello. Allow me to make your life more or less fun. More or less fun. Yeah. There's something in that sentence. There's absolutely no common sense in that sentence, but hey, it's a Scotsman stream whenever is there. So what I can see happening at this rate is today is going to be landscaping and possibly a little bit of thinking, and quite probably tomorrow is going to be let's do science, also known as how rapidly can Scotsmen end up dead trying to collect Ravagers. Lesser, 3 bags full, sir. Right, this, the more or less. Oh, that. Look, if we expected me to actually make any statements that made sense, would we actually be expecting it to be a normal stream? Just because it's a word that comes out of my mouth doesn't necessarily mean that it's got any chance of being accurate. Okay, Cal. Thank you for joining us, and good night. Hopefully see you soon. Sounds like tomorrow is going to be Scotsman ends up multiplying pain day. Because we're actually getting quite close to having a decent amount of the holes in the world filled in. I don't want to fill too many too close to that pillager outpost, but I think almost all the major ones next to where we want to run our recruitment are nigh on full or sealed. There's a couple over here, but I think those are outside of the range of any raids. I think we might be getting close to having enough landscaping sealed up for raid testing. Nope, that's the wrong direction. My bed's over here. So if we've got the landscape sealed up, such that we don't have to worry about the raid falling underground. What am I looking at for that to be active? Probably one of these. Yes. I don't need to see the darkness levels. Oh, hold on. While I'm here, let's grab some more food. No, let's grab some more dirt. I love the way that a nice simple design immediately starts growing legs and running away with me. Apparently this build has now caught the eye of the emergency services. I'm not sure if they're trying to actually stop me or protect the rest of the world from what this build might turn into. No, I think the problem is, Red, I did. Oh no, it's a Scotsman build. Send in the emergency services. Is there a... Yep. Yep, this needs to be sealed up. Not the face! Not the face! Oh, no, that's for tomorrow when the Ravagers start trying to eat mine. Remember, if you hear the hum of a pillager, please warn me. Because there's every possibility I'm going to end up getting a little bit too close to this outpost and find at least a dozen pillagers suddenly spawning right next to me. Like that guy. The hills are alive with the sound of horn. That's yep, that's a dangerous hole. I found a danger hole. Highway to the danger hole. That's what she said. Or he said. That's what they said. Yes. Some days I'm not sure how I manage to get through a stream with a straight face with some of the things that I say. And then I realise that 90% of the time I don't realise what I'm saying until long after everybody else has gone, Scott, we've clipped that. For example, I was looking at the list of clips last night. And dear goodness, are you lot dirty-minded at getting what I say out of context. Granted, 90% of that was Nuska. It's bad enough that I have quotes. It's worse that I've got a physical library being created for the quotes. Taught by the best. He's the best of the best of the best, sir. With honours, sir. At what? Dirty-mindedness. And this is why it's very well known that you lot are gremlins. And I have absolutely no problems with that. Blep. Hello, Ritsu. Welcome to Scotsman prepares to have his face eaten off by Ravager. I wish that phrasing was probably more inaccurate than it actually is, but it's not. I'm wondering if I should leave this and turn it into a lake. Yeah, I'm going to leave this. I might turn it into a lake. Okay. Why do I do this? Why am I building this thing? Oh yes, it's so that we can recruit Ravagers. And put them into a natural landscape of Ravager home. In a natural... No, there's nothing natural about a Ravager cave. Angie Kitty? Not sure I've upset any kitties. That's what a Ravager is. Ah! I can see the logic in that. It's definitely angry. That's about the one thing I'm going to admit to. Really? Thank you. Okay. We've almost got enough of this landscape in a sensible state. I could have sworn I saw something over the top of this. Such that I think we are at the point of starting the Ravager recruitment tunnels. Okay, I need to empty my inventory a bit because this is going to be dangerous. Well, By dangerous, I mean it's just going to be digging a lot of hole. Right. We have light. Actually, I'm going to take a bed with me, because... Welcome back, Mad. Actually, let's just bring all of this over to where we're building. Kind of makes more sense. We had it here because we didn't know where we were building anything. Now we know where we're building, so we might as well move closer. It's like... Yes, Scots. That's not a shulker box. That's a shulker box. Thank you. That's my dirt. Really. That's lighting, so that's useful. That's dark materials, which is a book. And that's stone materials, and isn't a book. And we have a fanpea to catch. Hello, pig. You do know that you're not getting out of here now. Thank you for lunch. Apparently I've caught one of those in the past, so I'm just gonna... I'll just go the Ultra Ball route. Right. Let's see. I need a 3-block tall tunnel for catching... for allowing Ravagers to go along it. So let's go... 1. 2. 3. So that is our... That's going to be our Ravager recruitment tunnel. Or the beginnings of it. And I need my bed, because apparently it's getting dark. And while we're doing that, let's bring in the cam account and work out where that tunnel is in relation to the river. Do I need to make this lower? If I come along here, I am going to go straight into the side of the river. So, not a good tunnel. Not a good depth. So, I need to make this deeper. Or I need to think about making sure that we capture the Ravagers, put them into carts, and take them away by cart. I think we'll just combine the two, and we will make it deeper because we're going to need the space. So let's go down to here. And let's fill in that section of wall, because that was a mistake, obviously. We make mistakes, so you don't have to. Actually, we make mistakes because it's more comedic. Or more to the point, because we don't know better. Right. Here. That's our Ravager recruitment tunnel. So, everything gets washed in. Wondering if 3 heights just suffocate any Ravager riders without requiring lava blades. You might be right, Raven. I hadn't thought of that. Excellent. Bonus points for not having to use lava blades. I'm not sure. We will find out. Okay. I I'd say that's probably long enough for... well, it's not, but I need to take into account 2 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. There is where we're going to have our second drop pit. So this is where everything that isn't a Ravager gets dropped. And by having a 2 wide pit, I think the Ravagers will go straight across, but everything else will drop straight in. At which point we can then put in... I need a safer way in and out of all of this. Let's go... How are we going to do this? I need to work out access points. We're going to need a maintenance hut. Or at least a maintenance access somewhere, so... probably need one in the river. It's probably the easiest place to put it. For the moment, we'll just use scaffolding. I need this to be... yeah, how deep do we need it to be? Doesn't matter, we're gonna actually... we're not gonna murder this by... ah! Dang it! I found the cave! How does it I managed to dig this pit into exactly the... I quite literally managed to dig this in the exact perfect spot to land right over the top of the cave. I mean, really. I couldn't have planned that. Where does this lead to? Does this actually lead to... no. I was about to say, if this leads to the way out, it'll be useful because I could convert it into an entrance tunnel. And while I'm stood here thinking, we've got creepers generating. That's not helpful. How? How is it that I managed to always find the worst possible place to have a cave? I'm just going to cheat with gamma so that you can see what I'm doing. Is it really? Goodness. Thank you for the reminder, Kibo. Right. I'm just going to seal this up because this is pretty much getting close to ready for science mode. Where's that wall? There it is. I love the fact that basically today was just me trying to make sure that everything I needed by way of landscaping was completely broken. No. This is one of those, if you're mining into this area, you do not want to be mining into this area, because this is where you're going to find Ravagers. Or probably not Ravagers, but probably large numbers of everything that comes with a Ravager. I ain't going to seal up that hole again quickly, because knowing my luck, there's a baby zombie on the other side. Right, excuse me while I dig my way out of this hole I've put myself in. The fact that there's a creeper just on the other side of the cave going, I can hear him. Just let me at him. Let me at him. Right. Okay. So, I'm going to take myself back to somewhere safe, which is probably going to be the dirt structure up in Castle Goldenstein that I occasionally like to hide in. Do, do, do. And let's put a bed down so that we can actually be safe here. And, well, we don't have a huge amount to actually show for today. It's not exactly been... Wow, that's a shadow. That's an ominous shadow. Look at that. Oh, talk about ominous shadows on the landscape. Excuse me, would you mind not being so ominous? Yes, this hasn't been the most beautiful of days, but we've done almost all of the landscaping necessary for being able to prepare for tomorrow, where tomorrow is going to be, let's find out if Scotsman can have his face eaten off by a Ravager. I started a lot. Yes, we have done all of the basic prep to make this suitable for raid spawning in a safe and timely manner. And we immediately suffered from all of the scope creep. And by all of the scope creep, I mean all of it. It literally has... the scope creepers are definitely in their element today. So, with that, we shall be wrapping up today, and let's have a quick look to see who do we have live. Oh, we've got a couple of options today that I can think of. Are you wrapping up, or are you... No, that's wrapping up, unfortunately. So, we can't go there. How long have they been live? 53 minutes. Excellent. Right. I would like to say thank you to everyone for joining me this evening. It has been a fun evening of talking gibberish and talking scope creep, which is going to result in some distinctly painful moments tomorrow. Since the Dragonfell server has restarted recently, and everybody is having great fun with that, I'm going to send us off in the direction of Mama Melissa, who is a fantastic Minecrafter, and who is great fun. I just need to find them on the following list. They're around here somewhere. There they are. I will be back again tomorrow at my usual time, 2.5 hours previously to now, where I strongly suspect that the goal tomorrow will be not die. That's going to be a good one. I hope everyone has a fantastic time zone. I hope everyone has an amazing evening. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye-bye.